This is Mel Allen with the highlights of the 15th Annual All-Star Game. Here's the National League Heavy Artillery: Johnny Mize, Walker Cooper, Ralph Kiner, and Stan Muisial. The American League Cannoneers: Ted Williams, Joe Dimagio, George Kell, and Lou Boudreau. Ford Frick, National League President. And Bert Schotten, who piloted the pennant-winning Brooklyn Club last season. Commissioner A.B. Chandler on the left, shaking hands with yours truly. The rival pilots, Leo DeRocher and Bucky Harris, wish each other luck before the game gets underway. Coaches Eddie Dyer and Chuck Dressen discuss the ground rules with the umpires. And then the American League team takes the field wearing their home uniforms. Richie Ashburn of the Phillies leads off for the Nationals. Starting pitcher for the Americans is Walter Masterson. Ashburn, the only rookie to be chosen for this game, opens up with an infield bounder that he beats out for a base hit. Next man up is Red Shane Dienst. With the Cardinals' second sacker at bat, the speedy Ashburn attempts to steal second. There he goes, he slides, and he's safe. And now Red Shane Dienst drives a grounder to McQuinn, who makes an unassisted putout at first base. Ashburn advances to third on the play. Stan Muisial of the Cardinals at bat. In comes the pitch. Stan swings. It's a long drive deep into right center field. Going. It is gone. Up in there for a home run. Ashburn comes home ahead of Muisial, and the National League is off to a 2-0 lead as Muisial crosses home plate. Big John Mize of the Giants is the next batter. Masterson comes in with his pitch. Mize swings and lines it out over second and the center for a base hit. Next comes Enos Slaughter, Cardinal right fielder. And Masterson cuts loose with a wild pitch, and Mize goes down to second base. One out, Mize on second. Here's the delivery. Wide for ball 4, and Slaughter walks. Andy Pafko of the Cubs up at bat now. In comes the pitch. Andy swings, hits the ball to Keltner, who steps on third to force Mize, but Pafko beats the throw to first. 2 out, 2 on. Walker Cooper comes up. The Giant catcher awaiting the delivery. Here it is. He swings as a ground ball to Keltner, who rifles it over to Gordon at second, forcing Pafko for the third out. And the Nationals take the field. In the bottom of the second inning, Hoot Evers of the Detroit Tigers comes to bat. Ralph Brank of the Dodgers now pitching for the Nationals. Here it is. It's swung on by Evers. It's a line drive going deep out in the left field, and it's up in there for a home run into the left field bleachers. This is only the second time in All-Star Game history that a batter has homered on his first trip to the plate in his first All-Star Game. Max West of the Nationals did it in 1940, but Hoot is the first American leaguer ever to accomplish this feat. And so at the end of the second inning, the score: Nationals 2, Americans 1. In the top of the third inning, Stan Muisial comes to bat again. Musial's bat cracks off in his fists, but the drive goes sizzling into center, giving Stan 2 for 2. And by the way, does anybody want a slightly used bat? Now Mize drives one to Gordon at second, who flips over to Boudreau. Lou fumbles, but recovers in time to force out Musial. In the bottom of the third, Mickey Vernon bats for Masterson, and he gets a ball outside for ball 4. Next hitter's Pat Mullen, Tiger right fielder, and Pat draws another base on balls. As Henrik is set down on a third called strike, Vernon and Mullen execute a neat double steal. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Lou Boudreau up. Here's the pitch. Lou swings. It's a fly ball going out into right field to Enos Slaughter. Mickey Vernon tags up at third and then scampers on in with a tying run of the ball game, 2-2. The Nationals Board of Strategy looks worried. In the top of the fourth, Gustine comes up to hit for Branca. Vic Raschi of the Yankees on the mound now for the Americans. Here's the pitch. Gustine swings and misses. Strike 3, and the score still stands tied up at 2-all. Johnny Schmitz, Cub left-hander, takes the mound for the Nationals in the last half of the fourth. With one away, pitching to Kenny Keltner. Ken slams a hard grounder past third, on out to left field to Muisial. Stan scoops it up, throws to second, holding Keltner to a single. And now the veteran Yankee first baseman George Quinn is up at the plate. Here's the pitch. McQuinn swings and lines it out into center for a base hit, but Ashburn's peg holds Keltner on second. And now catcher Bertie Tebbetts comes to the plate with runners on first and second. Schmidt's ready. Here's the pitch. It's ball 4, and they're loaded up. Tebbetts gets a base on balls. Keltner's over on third, McQuinn on second, Tebbetts on first. They take their respective leads as the left-handers into the windup, pitching to pitcher Vic Raschi, who swings and lines one over Pafko's head in the left field for a base hit. Keltner scores. McQuinn digs for the plate. He comes in to score. And Raschi pulls up at first with a 2-run single to left, sending Tebbetts to third. And now the Americans lead by a score of 4-2. And the Nationals go into a huddle. Little conference around the mound, and that's going to be all for Johnny Schmitz. Coming in to pitch for the Nationals now is Johnny Sane. Joe DiMaggio now batting for Mullen. 1 out, 2 men on. Here's the pitch. Dimagio swings. It's a line drive to left field, but right to Stan Mutual. But after the catch, Bertie Tebbetts comes on in to score the Americans' 5th run of the ball game. And now Rashi works carefully to protect his lead. But Richie Ashburn singles in the 5th inning for his 2nd hit. Red Schoendienst coming to bat, lifts a high fly, which is taken by Al Zarella out in short right center. Stan Musial is coming up now. Swings and misses. Strike 3. With Stevens leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning, Johnny Sane thrills the crowd as Junior swings and misses for the 3rd strike. Bobby Dorr goes down swinging, and Hoot Evers goes out on a 3rd called strike. In the top of the 6th, Boston's Bob Elliott up. He lashes out and singles to left field. Phil Macy of Boston, now catching in place of Cooper, comes to bat. The stretch, checking the runner. Here it is. It's swung on. There's another line drive out in the left field, and it's in there for a base hit, and there are runners on 1st and 2nd for the Nationals. That brings to bat Buddy Kerr of the New York Giants, who's in it short for Reese. Buddy dribbles a roller down toward Keltner. Ken picks the ball up, throws Buddy out at first, but Elliott and Macy advance a base each. Waitkus of the Cubs comes to bat for Sane as rain threatens. Rashi walks Waitkus to load the bases. Now it's Waitkus on 1st, Macy on 2nd, and Elliott on 3rd. The score 5-2 in favor of the Americans, and the next batter is Richie Ashburn, who already has 2 hits. Vic Rashi getting ready to work. In comes the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Rashi comes in with the next one, very wide for ball 1, and Bob Elliott takes a lead off 3rd base. Again, a fast one past Ashburn for strike 2. Rashi throws, and it's in there for called strike 3. Ewell Blackwell, the Cincinnati sidearm specialist, now pitching for the Nationals, throwing to George McQuinn, who slaps a blooper into short left for a single. Bertie Tebbetts up. There, down to 2nd goes McQuinn, and he's in there safely with a stolen base. Umpire Bill Stewart calls him out, then safe, and Kerr gives Stewart an argument. Buddy says out. Bill says safe. Again, Buddy says out. Again, Bill says safe. Buddy insists out. Umpire Bill repeats safe. So, he's safe. At the plate, Bertie Tebbetts is out on a 3rd called strike. He questions umpire Beans Reardon's decision, but Beans won't have any part of it. And Bertie just gets nowhere. Don't these umpires ever lose? With 2 out, Boston's Ted Williams bats for Rashi. Ted fouls one off for strike 1. Blackwell works very cautiously, and Williams draws a base on balls. Al Zarella of the St. Louis Browns now batting. Here's the pitch. Zarella pokes out a bounder to Schoendienst, who flips it to Kerr, forcing pinch runner Newhouser and retiring the side. Rain drizzles down on the scoreless 7th and 8th innings. And finally, top of the 9th with 2 outs, Stan Musial up at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swings. It's a ground ball hit down toward Bobby Dorr. Dorr up with it over to McQuinn, and that's the ball game. Final score, Americans 5, Nationals 2.